Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California, the one that feeds thousands of hummingbirds. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. And orioles, too. I have been getting so many comments and questions from people all over the United States, up the coast of California, as well as the East Coast, that your hummingbirds are not there, or you have a lot less. I have noticed a big difference in their pattern of movement this year, along with a few other things we'll talk about. Let's get into why you may not have them and why something phenomenal is happening here this year as we all look out the window. Now, this is one place set up as a feeding station, though I have multiple feeders all over the gardens and the yard. This particular spot seems to be their favorite. Why? Well, I think it's a little difficult for hawks or predators to get in, and they feel safe here. But let's talk about what is going on this year as we're heading towards the end of July. Now, I have noticed an abundance of birds coming in all of a sudden. That is just too early. We have hummingbirds all year. We have them by the hundreds, and then come September, thousands come in as they're migrating, going south for the winter. They're leaving the north, going to the south where it's warmer, and they'll have their food. But I have noticed about 2 weeks ago the numbers increasing. I thought at first it was a little unusual, but then there's been a lot of unusual things going on this year. Now, as far as you not having hummingbirds, that's possible. They may have migrated in a different direction. There's been a massive heat wave, started last year as one of the hottest years, and now it looks like we're going to have another hot year. If in your area or their flight pattern brings them through an area that has that massive heat and it doesn't have their food, they can turn directions and go somewhere else. So they may not be coming to you even though your weather may be fine, because where they had to fly through, they may not have had the abundance of flowers as well as insects, because they need pollen, nectar, and insects. If they don't have the right species of insects that they eat, generally the little tiny ones that they catch in the air as well as take out of spider webs, and if you don't have a lot of spiders, that could be an issue too right now, then they could have gone in another direction. Now, normally here I have quite a few hundred for the summer, and in September they start coming in. Well, they started coming in about 2 weeks ago, and now I'm going through 3 gallons plus a day. That's usually more in the winter than in the summer. So I'm not sure here if they've turned around and they're coming back. I know it's not just babies, but there are a lot of babies around. That brings in more birds, and we do have the orioles here. Mainly right now the hoodeds. The bullocks have left. I haven't seen any bullocks for a while, so they went up north and in different directions. So what's going on? Flight pattern change. Weather's changed again this year. And when the weather changes, they change on where they can feed. Now, they know here we have lots of flowers around, not just on the deck, but in the gardens. And then, of course, the nectar that I put out, which is 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of water, will supply them with food if they can't find it. And it keeps their energy levels up. So they know there's food here, and they park themselves here, or they're coming back. I haven't seen an abundance of nests built around this year. Noticed less last year and less this year. So they're going someplace else to nest. That started with the super bloom. But that doesn't mean they're not going to change next year and start going back to the other pattern they did, which was building nests all over the house and all over the trees. So things are changing, and that's typical. Things do change because nothing stays the same. I'm just wondering about all the food they're consuming, meaning they're not finding enough. I know there's been more spraying going on in farms because there's been extra insects that they have found, so they have given, or I should say they were given the okay to spray. That could cause a problem because not only will it kill the insects that they're going after, the pests, it will kill the other beneficial insects for the hummingbirds and other birds. That could be a small factor. Now, if you know there's birds in your area, but you're not seeing them, well, here's another thing. As you can see, there are tons of birds here in the middle of the day when they really shouldn't be that many. They should be foraging. Where other places I have hummingbird feeders out, there's no birds there. Same formula, same everything, same feeders, but this is the place they want to feed. So if you've got a neighbor that's putting out food and caught them early as they were coming through, and their food is good and their food is always there, then they will stay there and they'll go forage wherever they're going and come back to what they're familiar with. That doesn't mean they're not going to explore, but they will explore more when the food source that they want or have found dissipates. So if they forget to fill their feeders, that's when they'll start to explore the area. So that could be going on as well. So it could be the weather and more people putting out feeders. More people putting out feeders means you could get less. Like I said, I get less at other feeders, and here they just come in by the numbers, huge numbers. So there's a lot of different factors to set in. Make sure your feeders are visible, as mine are on the outside. The ones up against the house are not, but they see them when they come into the outside ones. So if you have them tucked away, put one or two out where they can see them as they fly by. So this way, if they are just exploring, they'll see your feeder. And then if you have other feeders, you can tuck them away within sight of the one that's out in the open for them to see. Then they'll explore more and come around. Make sure some of them are in the shade. So if they prefer to feed in the shade, they can do so, especially in the heat. And there's a lot of other things you can do as far as making sure you've got the correct feeders. And when I say correct feeders, they'll feed out of all kinds of stuff. You know, I make ice cream containers and dots and everything. But the point is, something they see, something they recognize. The ones that you see in the front here, where the hummingbirds are right there feeding it to your left, that's a Walmart feeder. Now, I like their feeders. They've got the perfect price, just a little over $4. They're easy to wash. They're only 3 pieces. You can get your hand in there and scrub the inside of the container. So they're one of my favorites because of that. Now, this particular design with the small slits, First Nature, sold at Walmart for $4. To me, the slits are a little bit small, and that's the way they had them designed, especially for them. So I take a soldering iron, and I've got a lot of videos on that, and I make the holes larger so the hummingbirds can feed easier, as well as the orioles can feed. But I will say I keep a second set. So if the bees start to bother the feeders, I put the ones with the thinner, slimmer slit out, and the bees cannot feed through that. These are one of my favorite feeders, and the hummingbirds seem to recognize this more than any other feeder besides the ones you can find at the dollar stores. So as far as the hummingbirds, when they're going to come back, if they're going to come back, be patient. They're still moving around. They're not going to go down south until closer to winter. Keep your feeders out. Put them where they can see them. Keep in mind you may have a neighbor that's putting a lot of food out, and if they don't forget, they're going to go where they're comfortable, and maybe try to add in a water feature. As you know, and you can see one to the right, I make a lot of water features because it's so important for them to bathe, because they get nectar all over them and pollen and cobwebs, and they do take multiple baths during the day. They also drink from that. So maybe add something like that. Doesn't have to be near your feeders. It can be somewhere else. And keep in mind, running water makes a sound, and that's what they can hear better than standing water. And they prefer running water. They'll also bathe in sprinklers. So if you've got sprinklers going, you have a lawn, you may see a hummingbird zipping around. And what they're doing is taking a bath. Unless they're finding insects that are being, flying up from the water, they'll do that too. But hopefully they'll come back if you get them this time of the year, and they'll come your way. And once they find your feeder and the formula is correct and you're not adding in anything they're not supposed to have, the only sugar they can have is white granulated sugar. Hopefully they'll find your feeder and they'll start to feed there. Keep in mind that if they're finding an abundance of food, they may only be coming to your feeder for a quick sip and off they go. So you may not even know they're there. And that's why some of you put out fountains and say, I haven't seen any use them. And you put a camera on there and go, whoa, I didn't know they're using them at 5:30 in the morning or different times during the day, because they can be really quick, whether they're bathing or drinking. So I hope this answered some of your questions. Though things may be a little different, they may travel through at a later time. They might start coming through in August instead of maybe the end of June or July. So let's keep our fingers crossed. You'll see some soon. And I know that they're coming down to Southern California again, wherever they were. So wherever they had been, they didn't find an abundance of food, so they came back here because they know I'm putting out gallons of food a day. And tell me, have you seen more this year? Have you seen less this year? Or did you not get any? Tell me what you think. Maybe you've got all the hummingbirds at your house building nests and having babies everywhere. I'd love to hear from you. I love reading through all the comments and seeing what's there. So with that, have a wonderful day. I'll let you check these birds out. And as far as the orioles you see coming in, they're not going to leave until September, about the middle, and then they'll be gone. They go way down south. They'll even go to Mexico and further down there because they need an abundance of food, which is a lot of insects. And, well, they found a better place to go, which is probably better anyways, because I will let you know that the hummingbirds are not pleased with them. And we've got a lot. Every year on the orioles, their numbers have built until we've got probably about 50 of them hanging out right now. And they do come to the feeder and chase the hummingbirds away, but as you notice, they're a little bit more standoffish. They stay on the outside, away from the edge of the house, where the hummingbirds know, well, I'm more comfortable here, so we'll go right up against the house, my kitchen window, see, and they'll feed there. They don't care if I'm here. But the orioles, well, I shouldn't say that because every year they're changing too. As their generations produce more and more, the ones that used to hide when they see me, well, the newer ones now are getting a little bit more bold, and sometimes they come to the window as well, and many times they couldn't care less if I was there. So that's how animals change. They change by behavior, learning process, and they know, hey, she's putting out food, we're going to hang out and look at her while she's in the kitchen doing stuff. So you'll see a lot of the birds will change for the good. And I think we'll be having more birds soon than ever before, especially helping them out with a little nectar. With that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. And I'll be reading those questions. Bye-bye.